Freelancer. This is the Freelancer military variant, otherwise known as the MISC. It's easily identifiable by the weapons pods on the top, which are extended at this point in time. In the background, you can just barely see my Freelancer Max back there. There are no weapons pods. You can kind of make that out. Another thing about the Freelancer MISC that the other Freelancers don't really have, other than the DIR, but again, another story for another time, is this front end. The standard Freelancer and the Freelancer Max have a rounded front end. The DIR and the MISC have these two lumpy bits that come out. Don't know why. Don't know what they are. I'm kind of hoping targeting or whatever. So you can see that it is a different material from the other Freelancer that I did a video on, the Max. This is a more flat material. It's not as shiny. You can see that Max over there. It's shiny and it's got some visual issues still. It still has the same weapons. Still has the same thrusters that aren't thrusters. Still has the same engines, but two of them on the Freelancer MISC. The turret on the Freelancer MISC apparently holds larger guns, so this is a good thing. The MISC also holds more missiles. So we've got 4 size 1 on each side and 2 size 2 apparently. This would be a rail for drop pods, so extra fuel capacity. But it's also got the internal missiles as well, which we will take a look at and talk about briefly. Got my gray cat parked in the corner just so that we can see it. We can see it. And we're going in the front door. I like the front door because it closes itself behind you. There it is, closed. So, like all Freelancers, we come in and we've got that openable. We've got a sink. We've got overhead storage compartments. We do have a toilet and shower. We do have 4 bunks that are the same as every other bunk. We've got 2 back seats that you can't control anything from. We've got 2 front seats that give you a good view out, this exact same as any other Freelancer. Of course, I parked there it's a gray cat. Parked the gray cat just in the wrong spot, so you can't quite see it, but it's behind that pillar. So we do have view up as well as left and right, and yes, it does still remind me of an RV. Incidentally, this is the furthest down you can move the camera. The controls do work, although they clipped through the dashboard pretty bad. So, oh well. Not something that I'm really willing to complain about because it's still a great ship. So, we're going to start heading back. We've been through all this before. You can climb into bunks. You can lay down. You can even close the curtains. And then you are looking at that. That's all you get a chance to look at. There's the missile pods and the turret in the back. Gives you a pretty good view of those. Unfortunately, it doesn't let me change the angle or anything here, so I'm going to get out of bed. Alright, let's hop in the driver's seat again, or let's hop in the back passenger seat, see if it lets us take a look around. Nope, apparently not. It's gotta be the driver's seat, which, incidentally, look like ejection seats. So that's interesting. that also kind of explains the glass ceiling. Okay. So, here we are, Freelancer MISC. Darker, which means it's going to be harder to just simply spot. However, your computers are going to be highlighting it, saying where it is and telling everybody else where it is. From top, we got a good view of all four of those. Maneuvering thrusters. There we go. So yeah, got 4 maneuvering thrusters. Generally, it looks like the same fuselage as the Freelancer Max, but you can see the back end is considerably narrower. The Freelancer Max has so much more storage area that it makes sense. So, but those missile pods that you see hanging up, that's the big thing about the Freelancer Max. Those do look like pretty nice weapons in that turret, though. So those missile pods, we can see that there are three-ish viewable mounts for missiles on either side. But on the outside, yeah, same thing. So you do have access to the missiles and all that from there. It's just going to give you more offensive capability. But what's going to give you even more as we make our way through the pantry. Okay, we've got new words written on the wall here. We've got the same hatch, same docking collar, the same ladder, and the same dents in the floor to put the ladder in. And let's quickly close this door, and then we'll open up this one, and here we are. Okay, so you'll see that we've got much more flat, bland surfaces here. There's nothing shiny, but we do have this, which I believe is the missile reload control panel, because quite a bit of the cargo room in this ship is taken up by these, which are designed to hold missiles to go up into the missile racks. So the missile launchers up top. So, multi-crew ship. We've got 3 crew in this one. 1 to fly it, 1 gunner in the back, and another one standing here reloading missiles. That would be the worst job ever. Because all you could do is sit here and say, reload, 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 and then look at the wall and hope that missiles don't come through it. But, hey, to each their own. Again, we do have a big back door. This ship, however, does have limited cargo capacity because this console is actually taking up part of the cargo capacity. Also, this console makes it so that you can't actually just bring in something the size of a pallet any farther than that without lifting it up and over. Meaning that if you were to attempt to park a Grey Cat in here, that is as far as the front bumper would go. But you can see that due to the size of the missile reloads, you wouldn't be able to actually get out of the Grey Cat. Because we know from the Freelancer Max commercial, it is the size of these grates. So you wouldn't be able to get out of it, therefore you can't actually park it in there. So that means that your cargo capacity in this is severely limited. You can fit, I would say 3 pallets in there, and then stack up another, I don't even know if you'd be able to get away with stacking up another set of pallets on top. If you could though, then it would be difficult to put things in here. You could put smaller items along in here, but I wouldn't suggest taking up any of the space that I'm currently standing in, because you still want to get to this, so that you can reload your missiles. And regardless, you want to be able to sneak back around in here so that you can get to the turret as well. So I think as a cargo ship, this is not really your best bet. However, you can actually store cargo in it. Better than that, you can store a lot of missiles. I think this thing holds like 60 missiles or something stupid. So overall, it is a fairly good ship. I mean, I'm not going to complain about it at all. As compared to the Cutlass, I foresee this ship getting many more miles on it than the Cutlass. As compared to the Max, I see this as an escort ship. I don't think that this thing is actually going to be doing much on its own. I doubt it'll even be flown by me all that much. I think it's kind of silly that panel there that you can see from the outside, you can see through from the outside. When we get around to the other side of it, it's a solid panel. So CIG has to come up with something for that as well. The panel on the side of the engine is the one that I'm talking about there. So anyways, I was going to say run around front, but I guess walk casually is what I will do instead. So that would be the walkthrough on the Freelancer MISC. Good ship overall. I do see it as a good, viable escort ship to escort other ships, like say the Freelancer Max over there or the Constellation Phoenix. But I don't see it running very many missions by itself. It's more suited to the escort role, so that's what I plan on using it for. Anyways, if you have liked this video, I do encourage you to comment, rate, subscribe, and let me know what you'd like to see more of. Be glad to do any video that you mention. And in the meantime, though, this is Feck out.